Hello, Power Up Nation, and welcome to Thriving Thursday, where we talk a little bit about your business. So, what are your business goals for this year? Have you set those goals? Are they in place? I can't tell you the number of people that I've talked to in the last 3 weeks who, when I have asked them what their goals are, their business goals, personal goals, they have to think about it. And some of them even said, I haven't really paid attention to my goals. I haven't set any goals yet, but I'm working on it. Well, either way, let's get it done. So with that being said, this is Thriving Thursday, as I said, where we talk a little bit about your business. So what are your business goals? In order for you to reach any goal, business or personal, you have to know what they are. You have to know what your focus is. And this will help you choose the right system. But when it comes to your business, let's talk about loving your business through your customers. Some of the things that stop us from setting our goals, our business goals, is sometimes we're just flat out afraid. We're afraid to put our attention on this because we're not sure if we can make it happen. We're not sure if we're setting our goals too big or too small. And we're not sure really what steps to take. So the first step is, yes, to set your goals. But understand this, no matter what goals you set, it's important for you to understand that in order to stay in business, you must generate a profit. Your profits come from customers. That's why I'm always amazed by people who complain about making money in corporate America and these kinds of things. Even though I'm a small business owner, and small businesses are the backbone of the U.S., but they still complain about this. And then the next thing they say is, well, I want to start a business because I don't like my job. Well, here's the thing. Let corporate America do its thing. But if you put your attention on doing your thing and building your business successfully, then you won't have to worry about corporate America. They're going to have to worry about, well, finding workers. So not that we're wishing that on them. But in order for you to even get to the point where you can, if you're working a job, where you can quit your job, or you can get to the point where you can earn enough money so that you can build a successful business, you, as I said, have to understand that all of this is going to come through your customers. So this is why you fall in love with your business by first falling in love with your customers, falling in love with the idea that you have so much to offer. So on this podcast, today, I am just going to share 3 pieces of insight that will help you kind of develop that loyalty from your customers and that connection with your customers so that you could be so excited about them and they can be excited about you. When your customers are excited about you, then they refer you to other people. This is what makes running a business so great, because when you get referrals, this says that you've helped someone else meet their needs. You've satisfied the needs of some customers, and that's the exciting part. So here is the first piece of insight that I have for you, is that when you first reach out to a customer or make that connection with the customer, in the beginning, you have to be interested in how you can truly help that customer. Do they need what you have, or are you just selling them something because you need to make money? If you're selling them something simply because you need to make money, you're making it all about you. So at that point, you are so not loving your business and you are not loving your customer. You're thinking only about yourself. This is not going to grow your business. And while this may sound a little bit counterintuitive because you're thinking, I'm in business to make money. So, if I can talk them into buying what I have to offer, this is going to be great. Well, if you talk them into buying what you have to offer, and some people will buy, because if you sell in the right way, a lot of times they will buy. But here's the thing, they will never buy from you again, number one. And number two, they will know that you were not interested in them because what you're selling them may not actually serve their needs. And that's what you want to be interested in. So be interested in how you can truly help your customers. Another thing that this does is that when you're interested in how you can truly help your customers, then it makes it easier for you to find your target market, because now you understand who you want to help. You understand what you have to offer that will help, be it a product or a service. And then that tells you who your target market is. A lot of times people who are starting a new business, and even people who are in business, they really struggle over trying to figure out who their target market is. Well, if you think about what you have to offer and how it can benefit someone else, okay, now at that point, you see the value in what you're bringing to the table. Okay. And once you can see the value in what you're bringing to the table, you know exactly which group of people would actually benefit from what you're selling. So this is where you take the time to actually create a very concise value proposition that gives you clarity, because if you have clarity, then your customers will have clarity. And you're going to be more excited about what you're offering because you know exactly what this product or service is designed to do. This is actually the meaning or the beginning of true customer service, because you're thinking about, well, service. And when it comes to increasing your business, staying in business, and I have been in business for almost 30 years, actually just over 30 years now. And I have successfully been in business. Have I had challenges along the way? Yes, because there were things that I had to learn, and some things I learned the hard way. But, and when I say the hard way, it's because I didn't know. And it's always difficult when you have to learn a lesson because you don't see it coming. But the thing is, be interested in how you can really help your customers. This is how you love your business, because you're going to be more excited about your business, and you love your business through your customers. Here's the second insight that I have for you. Follow up after every single sale, whether it's service oriented or a product that you're offering or that you sold. You want to follow up with that customer. Now, there are a lot of companies and a lot of people that are in business today that send out these questionnaires and surveys, tell us how we did. And a lot of times those are fine, but sometimes they send them out and they ask for suggestions as to how they can improve, which is great. And it actually shows that they care. But here's the rest of it. If you complain about something, or if you weren't happy about something, a lot of times they don't follow up with you. So what that tells me is, well, you're sending this survey out because, okay, you want to know what you're doing right, but you also want to know what you can fix, but you also want my ideas. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, unless if I really express that I am not happy with the service or the product that I purchased, then I should hear from someone. Even if I hear from them in a letter, meaning an email of some kind, or if they actually pick up the phone and give me a call. So either way, there should be something. And it becomes really important that if you can, and let me give you my caveat, you cannot make all customers happy. Some people will complain no matter what. And sometimes they're complaining because they don't understand how to use what they purchase, or they don't understand what to do. And they want you to spend, especially if you're service oriented, they want you to spend more time that they're not willing to pay for, that they haven't paid for. But once you've given that customer, let's say, a clear understanding of how to use this product or how to maximize on the services that you've provided, then you've done your job. So, but that's rare. It should not be a large number of people who are so annoyed and angry and upset with you to the point where, it shouldn't be a large number, to the point where it's like more than 50% of the people are complaining and you're not doing anything about it. So you want to follow up after the sale, but if there's something that you can address it and address it immediately. I want to give you, and this is an example, kind of an example of a customer that, or a company that where I purchased a product. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ready Whip, but I purchased a can of non-dairy coconut Ready Whip. And the thing about that is it costs much more than the regular Ready Whip whipped topping that you would kind of spray out of the can on top of whatever that dessert is. Well, the coconut is almost $3 more. And so when I purchased it, that was fine. Okay. But when I tried to use it, the nozzle, nothing came out except air. Okay. And then eventually something kind of squirted out and that was it. Nothing else. So this costs, almost $7 for this can. And see, it's not so much about the money because I purchased it. So obviously I wasn't complaining about the price, but if I buy a can of whipped topping, okay, some whipped topping should come out. Well, this company, they don't follow up. Ready Whip, they don't follow up after the sale and that kind of thing. However, I did reach out to them and I explained to them what had happened and I showed the receipt and all of that. I went to their website and I did that because I thought, wait a minute, I spent this money and I got nothing. And so instead of them saying, you know what, we're going to replace it 100%, because you got nothing out of it, they actually sent me a coupon, which allowed me $3 off my next purchase. So do you think I would really want to purchase, another can of Ready Whip, the coconut whipped cream? No, I would not. Not from that company anyway. So the point that I'm making is not only did they not follow up with me and say, hey, we're sorry this happened. They sent the letter and saying, well, we received your information and here's a coupon off of your next purchase. So I thought, wow. So basically, you don't trust your customers or you don't love your business enough or you don't love your customers. Because, I'm pretty sure they don't get tons and tons of people unless they do, which would mean it was faulty. Tons and tons of people complaining about that coconut whipped cream. So my point is, whenever you follow up after the sale and a customer has a complaint, you love your customer. Love your customer enough to say, okay, I want to do the best I can to make this right, or I want to do the best I can to provide better service. And so next time I will know that this is a product, for example, with the whipped cream, that we either need to take a look at our canister and how it dispenses this coconut whipped cream. So we need to take a look at that and perhaps we can come up with a better design. Or, if you have a service, then you want to figure out what can I give this customer such that it will help them to keep thriving in their business and get to where it is, or get what they need. So it is about service, you guys. And because when you treat your customers poorly, you don't love your business. And when you love your business, you're going to treat your customers right because you value your business. It is impossible for you to value your business and not value a customer. What you're placing the value on is just money. That's it. And eventually that grows stale because you're going to run out of customers. All right. So here's the final one. Check in with your customers, either, let's say, during the sale, or let them hear from you after the sale. Now, when I said follow up after the sale, this is a little bit different. When I'm saying let them hear from you, I'm talking, let's say a month later, you want to have establish an email service and email responder service. And so that you can reach out to those customers, let them know what's going on with your company. Let them know what exciting thing you have coming up in your business. So what does this mean? This means that if you actually took the time to set your business goals for this year, that means that you're going to take the time to put together some kind of marketing calendar. Even if you've done it, even for the first quarter only, at least you have it and you're ready to jumpstart something. And you can now reach out to those customers. So this is why you want to capture email addresses and give them a reason to want to connect with you. You see, you want to treat your customers like they are part of your business family, if you will. Because when you love your business, you recognize that, the money is coming from all of these customers. And these customers are loving what I have to offer because I am serving them to the best of my ability. I'm giving them the best that I can give them. And so when you realize that, so you got a whole lot of good energy going around, and you're not so afraid. You're not focused on if people will like you. You're not focused on if things will work out. You're not focused on why you're not thriving. You're thriving because you're loving your business and you're doing it through your customers because you are making such a very strong connection with them. So the third one that I mentioned here, where I said check in with your customer either during the sale and let them hear from you. And this is even after the sale, okay, beyond months where they get an email from you. And there are companies like Ready Whip, for example. There are different companies out there who sell basic, let's say, food products. And if you go to their website, you can actually get on their email list. And they will always let you know, here's what we have new, or we now have something in this store. Or sometimes they'll highlight some kind of fun thing that they're doing for the community. So this is how you really start to pump that energy into your business and get really excited about building that business. So you don't have time to focus on being afraid. You don't have time to focus on procrastination. You don't have time to think about everything that's wrong, because you have such good energy going. So when you are loving your business through your customers, it makes things a lot easier for you. Things flow a lot better. Now, here's kind of a bonus insight that I want to give you. So when we talk about loving your business through your customers, when you love your business like that, you are not afraid to connect with your customers. You're not afraid to talk to your customers. You're not afraid to periodically reach out. You're not afraid to periodically have some giveaways and do some things that will really inspire your customers. You're not afraid to connect or collaborate with another business that might be similar to yours, or it's not the same business, but it complements yours. And you can add more value to what you're offering. Bring more value to your customers. So see what happens when you're looking at your business from that kind of position, from this position of excitement, this position of oh, I love my business. I love what I do. This is wonderful. And of course, you guys have heard me say it before, and I'm going to say it again. In order for you to really love that business, I think it has to be a part of your calling, no matter what the business is. And you'll know, because you'll be so excited about it. You can't wait to get up and work on some things. And see, it's so good to establish those kinds of connections. And just when, even if you have challenges in your business down the road, and you will, I've had challenges in mine in the past, and right now we're thriving. We're doing really well. But the challenges, when I did have challenges in my business, because I adhered to these three things, the three concepts I just mentioned to you, the insights I gave you, my customers, all of a sudden I would hear from a customer I hadn't heard from in a long time, or a client, and they would want to do business with me, or they were sending me a referral, or sometimes they were just calling just to say hi. Okay, because, being in the coaching business and that kind of thing, they do have access to me, those that have coached with me. And so they check up on me. Sometimes, I've gotten birthday cards and things like that. And so that says, you know what? It's not so much about me and the warm fuzzies that it gives me, which is great, and I love it. But it also says, you know what you did for me, it helped me, and I appreciate what you've done. And so that's the good feeling. So now I'm looking at my business going, wow, I'm really serving my purpose, and I'm really offering something that can really help people. And I'm so dedicated to that. And so when you become dedicated to something, you're connected to it and you're just loving it. So this is how you love your business through your customers. Today I see There are a lot of businesses because of AI. They have the artificial intelligence, they have the chat bots, and those chat bots, to me, some of them are annoying because, of course the questions have been prearranged and you can't reach a live person. There's nothing wrong with a chat bot, but the alternative should be, if they can't get their answer because it's not in the list of answers you provided, technology has provided, then they should be able to reach out to a live person and actually get what they need. No customer should be frustrated because they can't connect with the company that they've either done business with or they're doing business with. So when you really, really love your customers, you want to connect with them. You want to hear from them and you want them to be able to reach you. This is the epitome of good customer service to me. And there's so many people that worry about staying in business. And a lot of times if I'm talking to someone, especially if I'm coaching them, one of the things I tell them is, listen, while you're looking at all of the technical things that you can do and the list where you can put a check in that box and I've done this and I've done that, you still need to make sure that you have those communication skills sharp enough so that you will actually talk to a live person. In other words, talk to your live customers when when the time calls for that. Okay, if the situation requires that you talk to them, pick up the phone and talk to them. You have no idea how good that makes a customer feel when you talk to them. And I will tell you, in the whole time that I've been in business, and like I said, I've been in business for just over 30 years now, and I've only had one customer where that customer really wanted something for nothing, where what she wanted was for me to keep telling her how to do things and that kind of thing. So she wanted coaching for free, and she wanted me to stay on the phone with her for hours, which that was unfair to my other clients, but it was also unfair to me. So there's always that one or a time when something like that happens. And so this is where your communication skills will come into play, because you don't have to be rude. You don't have to be obnoxious, but you do have to be direct and honest with that customer. And when you've offered the best that you can offer, this is you having that respect for yourself, that respect for the business that you're building, but it's also you showing that you respect your customers. So this is how you love your business through your customers, you guys. So with that being said, that's all I have for you. You guys know we're going to be talking about love all month. I promise you, we're going to make it interesting as we go along here. So it's not going to be, oh no, we're going to talk about love again, but we want to go deeper so you can get an understanding of what this kind of energy, this love energy can do for your life, what it can do for the lives of people that you're going to connect with and that you are already connected with. We have enough anger and hate and discord and complaining, and we have enough of that going on right now. And the best way, it's like putting out a fire. When you put out a fire, you douse, you put enough water on it and it's out. And so love is kind of the water that you put on all the discord. So with that being said, that's all I have to say about love right now. But I want you guys to take a look at your businesses. First of all, make sure your goals are intact, but take a look at your business and ask yourself the question, am I providing the best customer service I can possibly provide? And then ask yourself, in what ways can I improve on my customer service? All businesses will always be, I think, a work in progress. In other words, when you've reached a certain plateau, a certain level in your business, then you will want to look at that business and see, what can I offer better? What can I offer that's different, that's but effective? And what can I offer that's truly needed that we're currently not offering now? So I want you guys to have an amazing day, a magnificent day, and do life with power, knowing that you're built by design to win.